Greetings, friends. It's me, Wayman, and I wanted to come into the studio today and was having my morning coffee, and I kind of wanted to do a video of what I got. Did some trimming last night, had some disasters, and these pots here, a little bit too thin on the bottom, so I lost this big bowl. So that's the thing about ceramics. You never really know until you get really good at it what pots will make it, what pots won't, through all these processes. And it's tough because I'm learning again, relearning. And I thought it'd be like riding a bike, but it clearly is not. So this here was just simply the bowl slipped off the wheel while I was trimming it. And these were probably a little bit too dry. And the reason for that is I kind of thought maybe I wouldn't need plastic over it because I'm kind of in a basement area here and things were drying really slow. So I had 2 days of work, 12 hours each day, and I didn't get back to it. And I was checking them in previous to this. They were drying very slowly, so I thought I would be able to trim. But they got a little bit hard on me and dried out quickly. This here, lost this little picture here. This here was too dry to trim, and I had these upside down, but the tops, so I'm going to have to put plastic over them next time and keep the tops just a little bit damp so they dry a little more evenly. And yeah, so just can't talk about success, right? But I did have a few things here. I was able to, I got handles on this little crock here, so I was able to make this little baking dish. I have this covered so the handles will dry slowly. I've been working on that. And also, it's cleanup day today. Things are pretty messy. So I'm going to be cleaning this up. Over here, these are dishes that I had trimmed out before. These are drying, and these are the newer bowls I got. These feet could probably be a little bit better, and bottoms. And that's the thing about being at the pottery. I could just go ask a question, and they'd be able to show me. And with people giving advice and seeing examples, you had a question, you could just get it solved pretty quickly. Troubleshooting. So I'm kind of going through that now and trying to relearn some of this stuff. So, man, I just wanted to spend a couple minutes talking about the latest mass shootings, and it's very terrible that Christians would be singled out. I don't know if the person was maybe a non-believer or atheist. Atheism likes to brag. I'm agnostic, and I never did because I knew that every group has its crazy extremists who could do almost anything, and it's very sad that things are going that way. And the Muslims can breathe a sigh of relief that he was not Muslim, but the question of gun control is still out there. I come from a family of hunters and people who own guns. I think you should be able to have guns, but I don't think it should be pushed as much as the NRA is pushing it. There's plenty of heated debate on each side, and I'm not really sure how we can solve that problem yet, because most of the ideas that are coming out have been pretty bad ideas, because we still have a lot of school shootings, and any media attention about guns ends up being a positive thing for the gun industry. Oh, they love it. Good news or bad news, they love it. Because they sell more guns. So I don't know. Like, I'm not really sure how to regulate that, but I think it should be done responsibly. And there's just a lot of politics involved. Pope was in town. Kim Davis came out. She had a fake meeting. He never met with her. I love it. So that was really interesting. I don't know if religious leaders should hobnob as much with presidents and the things, because I don't think policy should be made according to belief system. It should be made toward data collection in a more scientific way, because if, I don't know, you just have a personal conviction or you believe a certain way, you're then legislating morality on the rest of the population. And I have a hard time with that, which is one of the reasons why I left evangelicalism, was because of, well, one of the many reasons was because of the legislation of morality. Nobody quite knew how to handle that, and nobody quite knew what was a sin. And a lot of times when they're preaching and ministering to people, they're very judgmental. But when they're caught in it themselves, like the Ashley Madison website, they go to the old, we're all sinners and, have mercy on us. But they forget it when they're doing their mission work to alternative lifestyles. It's just tough right now. And the strange thing is, I think that maybe it's all applied wrong, and how they've been doing it is completely wrong. And I'm really hoping that with millennials, these types of ideas within the church will change, and they're starting to. So, broken pots. I'm going to sound like Jesus freak and make a comparison about people. Like, a broken pot, you can only push it so far based on the type of material. I could have a better clay with more elasticity in it to do the things that I want it to do. I could get clays that dry more evenly or faster or slower. Might have more grog in them that would be able to stand shock, all kinds of different things. But also it's the skill of the potter too. And I think that if Christians think about it this way, where God's the perfect potter, so to speak, speaking, however you say that, there wouldn't be any busted pots. And how does that happen? I don't know. Some pots he seems to trim the bottom too thin in hopes they make it through the firings, but sometimes they don't even make it through the trimming. Sometimes they may even collapse on the wheel. So I don't know. And it's a thing that philosophers have been studying for years. But take care, friends. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm going to finish my coffee. Be well. Remember, everybody's thinking alike. And somebody isn't thinking.